YouTube, it's your boy Yo, the best that ever did it. Coming back with the best, if not the best, sports analyst, analysis, analytics, predictions, and parlays. If you are new to the channel, leave me a sub, leave a like on the video really quick, and drop your top three picks of the day in the comment or comment 3-0 to qualify to win $20 if we go a 3-0 sweep on a parlay at the end of the video. Let's kick it right into high gear for Thursday, March 21st. It's some great games on here. And yes, I know my camera is a little bit out of sight, but it's for smoking reasons. I know the camera is a little bit high, but we got to do it. Without further ado, let's turn up. Michigan State. Oh, yeah. Before, let's recap yesterday on my three picks yesterday. We turned up. We did have a great day today. A lot of teams went good today, but two things that just fucked us all the way up was Loyola, Illinois, Loyola, Chicago, man. Loyola, Chicago fucked us over. And then Minnesota Wild. The Minnesota Wild did us dirty. They got absolutely slaughtered. Other than that, man, we really had a great, successful day yesterday. We had UNLV. I told y'all I'm riding with them. We had Grambling. I told y'all I'm riding with them. We went 2-1 on the top three picks. Colorado, St. Joseph's money line. Oh, actually, we went 1-2. Golly, I had St. Joseph's plus the 7. Actually, yeah, that's why I said it. We did go actually 2-1 because we had St. Joseph's plus the 7. Disrespectful number. Then we had Loyola, Illinois on the money line. That's where we lost. And Colorado finished the damn last pick off for us. So 2-1 day on the top three picks. Let's get a full sweep today. Starting off with Mississippi State versus Michigan State. And we're not gonna overcomplicate this. We know who's who. We know Mississippi State. They just played a good game against Auburn, beat Tennessee decisively by 17. Lost to South Carolina by fucking 4 OT. Lost to Kentucky by only 2. In the non-con, pretty much spotless. They do have a loss to Southern. Mississippi State did lose to Southern. They lost to Georgia Tech. And they got a good little win against North Texas. They beat up on Vandy. You already know they regular schedule wins. Pretty good team. We got Talou Smith on them boys leading the way for that team. Purdue just beat these boys by 15. Minnesota lost. We know what to expect. Earlier in the year, we were seeing mixed emotions, mixed results. Like these type of examples right here. You lose in the James Madison first game of the year, which is not a bad loss, but you know what I mean? The very first game of the year you lose. You play some scrubs, lose to them Nebraska by 7, lose to Wisconsin, 13-point loss, beat Baylor, beat the shit out of the Indiana State Sycamores, and then you go lose to Northwestern by 14. You know what I'm saying? Lose to Minnesota, lose to Iowa, lose to Ohio State. They can hang for sure. Michigan State can hang. I don't think they should be the slight favorite though. Give me Mississippi State on the neutral court. Mississippi State just has a little bit more inside presence. Other than Tyson Walker, if Hogarth don't get going or Akins don't get going for Michigan State, it's gonna be hard to stop Mississippi State because they got DJ Jeffries, Talou Smith. They got so many other people like that can get after the bucket, and it's like their rebounding is ferocious. They're gonna get a lot of offensive rebounds. Michigan State has Sissoko and all of them type of people, but they can't really score. When you send them to the free throw line late game, only person you want is Hogarth, Akins, or fucking Tyson Walker on the line for Michigan State. Everybody else is just smoking free throws. They're gonna smoke free throws. Give me Mississippi State in a close game. This will be a close game, low scoring game, but give me Mississippi State. Next up, Duquesne, BYU, and this is a controversial pick right here, but I'm going with Duquesne plus the 10. BYU is cool. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong now. Like we said with Cincinnati, BYU fared well in this conference. They're in a big juggernaut conference, tough ass conference with Cincinnati. New to this damn Cincinnati, with Cincinnati, new to the conference. Beat up on Kansas as a hurt team. Beat up TCU pretty good at home. Lost on the road to Iowa State, but they hung in there, and then they carried a down 14-point win against OK State in the year. In March, they won against UCF, which we knew, and they lost to Texas Tech, which we were on the other side of that one. We did take BYU in their last game. They failed outright against Texas Tech, but they were on fire. Texas Tech could catch fire like that sometimes. Other than that, man, you see they beat up on Texas by 8. Got a Baylor win by 7. You know what I'm saying? And these are good teams. Baylor, Texas, Iowa State, they beat them by 15 points. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay. We know what BYU is about, but Duquesne ain't no slouch either, man. And they've been on a heater to end this damn this March Madness start off, man. To end the season, they went on a nice little 4-game win streak. LaSalle, George Mason, VCU, who just took down Villanova, which we were on that as well. And then, you know, they beat up St. Louis, who can't do that. Dayton smacked them boys. St. Bonnie's smacked them boys. And VCU again smacked them boys. Last 3 games, well, actually, look, the last 8 games, they're 7-1 to the under. I like the under in this game as the best play. This will be under 142. Give me the under as the strongest play, 4-star play, and give me Duquesne plus the 9 in a low-scoring game. Akron, Creighton, and we got to go with my boys, Creighton, man. But I think Akron covers in this one. I would not be surprised if Akron actually kept it very competitive. Akron ain't no pushovers. People thinking they're looking right over Akron. I'm gonna tell you that now. Everybody's looking over Akron. They're looking right past Akron. Maybe for, you know what I mean, for a good reason. Lost to EMU, lost to Western Michigan in the year out. Terrible losses. You know what I mean? Stepped up against JMU, lost. Toledo, lost. But they also got wins against these same teams as well. Just not damn James Madison. They bad. The worst loss for them this year would have to be against Eastern Michigan. They do have a Miami, Ohio loss as well, but that was by 2 points. Lost to St. Bonnie's on a neutral court. 4 neutral court games this year. They are 1. Let me fix that. 7 neutral court games. They're 4-3 straight up money line. 4-3. It's like a coin flip. But I do think they will not fare well against Creighton overall. Akron is pretty damn good, but they're missing a little bit of pieces on the defensive tip. Creighton, number 5 in the world with shooting 3s attempts a game. They're the 5th best team to attempt the most 3s. They make them at a high clip. They got tall 7-footers, rebounding, and it's gonna be a hard matchup for Akron. But don't sleep on Akron. That's what I gotta let that be known. Do not sleep on Akron. I will take Akron to cover their spread on the first half. As we know, the underdogs of any game, the true underdogs, forget what the spread says. Forget who's the favorite. If you know a team is really better than them, you got to consider them to be the favorite yourself. It don't matter if they're the actual underdog, because we know who's better. The underdog always has the best chance to cover a spread in the first half because they're starting from 0. to 0. You know what I mean? So if an underdog is gonna cover, most likely more than 65% of the time it's gonna be in the first half. Give me Akron plus the 7, maybe 6.5 points first half. But I like Creighton full game. Money line Creighton full game. Next up, we got Long Beach, and I like the over for that Creighton game. This is going way over the total. Give me the over. It might be like 80 to 70. Give me Creighton and the over. Long Beach State, Arizona, and this actually dropped down a little bit to 19. Arizona laying a big spread. Long Beach coming in this one. Let's see what they do when they step up against teams like this. They did go on a 6-game, 5-game losing streak to end the year out. Terrible slump. Then they picked it up last 3 games in March. But they're not really going against nobody good. Lost to Irvin by 18, 19. When they stepped up against USC, at USC, there was an overtime win. We know USC is way worse than Arizona. When they went against UL Lafayette, they lost by 10. But some of these games, they had injuries. Granted, you might have to take that with a grain of salt. But San Diego State lost by 12 to them. Portland, you lost by 5 first game of the year to Portland. It's a bad loss. Illinois State got you by 9. And then you go out and just do some dumb shit against Cal State Bakersfield in overtime. Yeah, I don't think they could hang with Arizona for 40 minutes. I don't think so. You know what I mean? I just know they don't. I don't know they. I know Arizona. I had this team already to win the world championship since last year. They doing right on. They on track for that. You know what I mean? They got a couple head scratching losses. Yes, every team's gonna lose this year. It's not unheard of for a team to lose to a bad team sometimes. Even Purdue does it. You know what I mean? UConn got some bad losses this year. Everybody's dumb just because they lost to a fucking Stanford by 20. That's what everybody keeps bringing up. That don't mean nothing. You see, they're still in the position they're at, still ranked where they're at, ranked. Got a Duke win. And the neutral site, Michigan State won. Neutral site, Purdue lost. Neutral site, FAU lost in OT. And then Alabama, they beat them by 13. Got Colorado down bad. Beat the shit out them by fucking 47. When you could hold a fucking Colorado team to 50 and you put up damn near 100, you're damn near one of the best teams in the nation. Because Colorado is damn good. And Eddie Lampkin, all of them boys was out there. KJ Simpson, everybody was out there. Javon Hadley. Give me the Arizona damn Wildcats to storm the court early. Get their ass in that groove. Get Arizona that money, man. Arizona gonna get their money. They might not cover the spread due to the back door, but they're gonna win the game. I maybe take Long Beach to cover the spread. Arizona win in dominant fashion still. Next up, we got Wagner, North Carolina, and I'm taking North Carolina later spread. That's an easy winner right there. Wagner is not gonna keep continuing to play good against teams like this for sure. They could probably win against a damn Howard team, maybe, yeah. But UNC, no, they're gonna get ran out the gym. Give me the damn UNC Tar Heels. They might win by 34. Give me the Tar Heels up to 34 points. Morehead State, Illinois, and I'm taking the over. Any Illinois game, I'm taking the over. And give me Morehead State to lose by double digits. I'm taking Illinois on the spread and the over. Illinois got that one, man. The Fighting Illini, we gonna turn up this year. Terrence Shannon is in that game. The team is at full strength, and they're not gonna let up. Give me the damn Illinois Fighting Illini to smack them boys by at least 19 points. That's where I got it at, 18 points. Oregon, South Carolina, and I'm going with South Carolina. This is a team that shouldn't even be in a pick'em spot with this team. Oregon is not gonna win the game. They finished their little dressed up the little scoreboard to end the season, dressed up their little record, but that shit is a little bit false. 23-11, a little bit misleading for this Oregon team. They can score the ball. They can. They can. Oregon can score, but they don't have no defense at all. They always leave their defense on the bus, in their backpacks, in the locker room. Their defense is just cooling. You know what I mean? Like Oregon ain't gonna stop South Carolina. South Carolina has smothering defense. This is a better defensive team, better tournament team because they could shoot out the lights too. They got players too over there in South Carolina. Give me South Carolina, and I'm taking the over. I like the over in this game. It's gonna go slightly over. Oregon's not gonna be able to stop them. Next, though, we got Nevada, Dayton, and I'm going with Dayton in this one. Dayton's really like that. You know what I mean? Dayton's really like that. Don't get it twisted. Dayton is really like that. Against the spread, Nevada's been very good this year, though. We have made a lot of money against the damn playing on these Nevada damn Wolfpack. That's why they're the slightly favorite team. I just think they're not the better team. One man show, Jared Lucas, Keenan Blackshear. After you get them two shut down, what else? What else is Nevada gonna bring? You know what I mean? Get the fuck out of here, man, with that shit, man. Nevada cannot beat Dayton or any other team. If they do beat Dayton, they're not beating any other team. I don't even see them beating Dayton with two people. Give me Dayton to shut down their two top scorers, and then Nevada just goes blank after that. Give me Dayton. Big upset. Money line Dayton. Colorado State and my boys, that's my boys, Colorado State. Texas Longhorns. This is a great matchup, but I'm going, you already know where we're going. Give me Colorado State to keep the line moving, keep the damn train rolling. I think Texas is frauds. They got a little bit juiced up the last couple games. That shit is misleading. They've been shitty all year. They've been terrible. They lost to UConn. Damn near lost to Louisville on a neutral site. Louisville. This is what I'm talking about. Neutral courts. They're not fucking defending the rim good. You allowed the first three neutral site games. You allowed 80 to Louisville, 81 to UConn, 85 to LSU. You allow 80 points in the first three damn neutral site games of the year. Then you go out and lose to BYU. Pretty bad. You lose to West Virginia. Terrible loss right there. West Virginia lost to Monmouth earlier in the year. If you lose in West Virginia, that's pretty bad. Texas Tech beat the dog shit out of y'all. And then, you know what I mean? Like other good teams like Iowa State, Houston, that's respectable. Respectable losses. Baylor, that's a respectable loss. And you just lost to K-State. Kansas State is not that fucking good. And that's another damn neutral site game where you almost allowed 80 points. Give me Colorado State to show what really defensive teams can do in the tournament. Give me Colorado State. I'll take them on the money line. Oakland, Kentucky, and I'm taking my boys. Oakland to cover the spread. University of Kentucky is a good team. They're a great team. They are great. They're a great team. But let's look at what they did earlier in the year. We're not gonna forget about it. You know what I mean? Like they just want you to forget about everything from earlier on. Like I said, they did lose to UNC Wilmington. Took St. Joseph to OT. And they really been winning games, but they've been playing shittier teams. When you step up and, you know what I mean? South Carolina, Florida, you beat them by only 2. Texas A&M, Tennessee's, Gonzaga. Come on, man. Come on, man. LSU got to win over these people. Give me my boys Oakland to cover the spread. When you see Oakland step up. At Dayton, they got shitted on. Cleveland State got shitted on. Michigan State, they got shitted on. IPFW, damn, they got shitted on by them. Drake beat them by 9. Illinois beat them by 11. That's the game I'm trying to really look at right here, this Illinois game and the Ohio State game. It's kind of similar pace teams to Kentucky. Similar, like, power conference type of teams, especially against Illinois. I just think we get more of a tournament type atmosphere, tournament type presence from this Oakland team. They will keep it close in the first half. I'll take Oakland first half spread to cover. After that, I think you Kentucky runs away with it second half. Give me Kentucky later 14 on the full game, but I like Oakland first half spread. McNeese getting only 6. They're 30-3. 30-3, but they're playing in this shitty ass conference. Come on, man. They're not really doing much. They're winning against straight scrubs. They got a Southeast Louisiana loss mixed out in a bunch. Texas A&M Corpus Christi gave them hell twice this year. They do have a Michigan win. University Lafayette. They lost outright to Louisiana Tech. They lost outright to Western Carolina, who had a great year as well. Beat Baylor. They beat UAB bad. Beat VCU by 10. Great wins, man. Great wins. There's nothing much that can, you know what I mean? Like, this team is battle tested. They do have a good non-conference resume. But, really, like, it comes down to straight strength of roster in this one. In this specific matchup, it's about who has the better 7 players. You know what I mean? Like, the top 7 on both teams. You gotta go with Gonzaga. On the real. You gotta go with Gonzaga. Gonzaga just lost to St. Mary's. We know that. But they got a fucking Kentucky win. Beat San Francisco twice in the regular season. Non-conference, they did lose to San Diego State. Lost to UConn. Lost to Washington. And they also lost to Purdue. They got wins over Yale, UCLA, Syracuse, USC, and San Diego is in their conference. But other than that, man, we know what to expect from these two teams. We know what to expect. It's gonna be a good game. 30-3 team. They're not no bullshitters. They're not really, you know what I mean? You can't really say much bad about McNeese State, but I just know upper echelon teams under the spotlights. Give me Gonzaga in a battle-tested team. They've been there before. They go there damn near every year. McNeese State been good for the last couple years, but they ain't been on this type of level Gonzaga's been on for the last 30 years. Give me Gonzaga in a true, like, experience type of game right here. This is where experience wins you the game. Give me Gonzaga. Lay the money line. South Dakota State that's a bad matchup for them. That's a pretty bad matchup for South Dakota State. The Jackrabbits ain't really doing much when they come into this type of atmosphere. Against these teams, they do have a Kansas City loss, Oral Roberts loss, North Dakota State loss, Denver loss, beat Nebraska Omaha by only 3, lost to Weber State, lost to Norfolk, bad, lost to Wyoming, bad, like, disgusting losses too on neutral court. Wichita State lost to them. You beat Towson. You beat you didn't beat UCF or George Mason or Kansas State or Akron. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. When you go up against a team like this, I'm laying a spread. Give me Iowa State. I'll lay the big number. Tennessee is gonna beat the dog shit out of St. Peter's. If you didn't know, now you know. Give me Tennessee. I'll take the 22 points. I got this up to 28. North Carolina State, Texas Tech. And Texas Tech is one of those hot streak teams, but so is North Carolina State. I'm going with North Carolina State in this one. I like what I've seen more from them. DJ Burns, DJ Horn, and the other team, they're better than Pop Isaacs and Toussaint. I just think they're much better than this team. Texas Tech is very streaky, inconsistent. Very, very inconsistent. They'll go on a 3-game losing streak, win 2, win 1, lose 1, win 1, win 4, lose 7. They're too inconsistent. They did do that thing in a non-conference. That's what they're supposed to do. You know what I mean? Lost to Villanova, though, on neutral site. Barely won against Northern Iowa. And then you had Michigan to beat up on. Like, come on. Then you have Vanderbilt on a neutral site. Like, their neutral site games are fucking terrible. They didn't play anybody, and then when they did play BYU, they won. You know what I mean? That's a good win. That's a great win, but no, they're not gonna keep it up. They're not gonna keep winning neutral site games. North Carolina State, we could see what they did. Vanderbilt will beat them by 6, and then you play the same BYU team, a very good game, but you lost. Lost to Ole Miss too by 20. Pretty bad loss right there. Played Tennessee on a neutral site, lost by 9. You beating up on teams you should, losing to teams you should probably lose to or could. You know what I mean? It's respectable. They did shit up the place with the last 4 games on the season, but they damn redeemed themselves. They beat up the worst 2 teams in the conference. Then they played Duke and Virginia, very good teams, and UNC, and they've all been wins. Wolfpack on the run, on the move, well coached right now. Give me the Wolfpack. Samford, Kansas, and this is a lower spread than I like. I wish it was way more points for damn Samford team. When Samford moves it up into competition, like earlier in the year against Purdue, VCU, they were both losses by double digits. Then they came out on a stretch tearing shit up. They didn't lose the next game until January. So from November 17th to January 24th, they won all their games from November 17th to January 24th. That's how good this team is. Massive, massive win streak. Great against the spread team. They win against who they should, and they lose against who they should lose against. Furman got them. Mercer did catch a body against them. And then they lost to Wofford bad as well. Right before March, lost to Wofford pretty bad by 22. And then they played Mercer, Furman, ETSU. ETSU was in that game as well. Kansas State is down without KJ McCullough, Kevin McCullough Jr. And we've been fading Kansas in their last 5 games. The last 5, 6, 7 games, we've been fading them. They did burn us against Kansas State. We were on them. And then they choked against Houston like we knew. Choked against Cincinnati like we knew. We're going to keep continuing to fade Kansas for sure. But this is a damn Kansas team that is tried and tested. They're not new to this damn tournament shit. They do this shit every year. I'm not fucking with Kansas though. Give me the damn Sanford Bulldogs to get upset. Taking the 6 points with Sanford, and I'm holding my nose. Give me damn Sanford Bulldogs. I'll ride with them. We fading Kansas the rest of the year. If they win this game, they win it. We'll just, you know what I mean? We'll take a loss, but give me Sanford. Drake, Washington State. And I'm taking my boys Washington State, man. They gotta be kidding me. There's no way Drake is a fucking favorite. They seriously got this a favorite? Let me spark up to that. This is gonna be a great nightcap. This is the lock. On the real, this is a lock. Give me Washington State. Washington State is not the fucking underdog in this one. They just want to give us money, though. That's what, when y'all see a team that shouldn't be favored, just thank the books ahead of time. They trying to get you paid. You know what I mean? Let's get paid. Take Washington State on the money line. Drake is good. Don't get me wrong. Drake is pretty good. But they're not a fucking power. They're a mid-major. Drake is not bad by any stretch of the imagination. They can hold their weight. They can hold their weight. You know what I mean? Oakland lost to these boys bad. Akron lost by 20 to these boys. Man, I'm telling you, they got some good wins. Nevada, they lost on a neutral site to these boys because they held Keenan Blackshear. Let's look into this damn Nevada game. You see what the fuck I mean. Jared Lucas, 2 of 8, 3 for 11 from the floor, 2 of 8 from 3. Keenan Blackshear only had 8 points. What else can they do? Who else can they? You know what I mean? Without Keenan Blackshear and Jared Lucas, Nevada's a fucking high school team, basically. You know what I mean? Like, don't be fucking fooled by Nevada's record. But anyway, they lost to UAB and OT, lost to Belmont by 18. or 22. I mean, beat Indiana State. You could lose. You could. This team is beatable. You know what I mean? Like I know, and I watched their last. I watched their last like 10 games. I watched Drake's last 10 games. I bet on them a lot. I know this Drake team. I know their weaknesses. Brody is their fucking bread and butter. The big guy for Drake is Brody. And when Brody's not doing nothing, you gotta hunt. You gotta check for DeVries. Once DeVries, all he's gonna do is hoist a lot of threes. I know this team like the back of my hand. Drake, they're gonna fucking beat you with Brody and DeVries. DeVries, when his shots don't fall, they're losing outright by double digits. If DeVries gets going and he has over 26, 27, 24, that's when it's going to be a great game. Because DeVries can get going. He has a burner. He has a stroke. That boy can blow that three. But if he's missing them low percentage shots, man, it's going to be ugly for Drake. Give me Washington State to end the night off, and that's how we're going to cap the night slate. Let's cook up the 3-leg parlay for y'all, and let's sweep the board. First lock of the day last lock technically, will be Washington State. I know Washington State's better than them. Washington State has an Arizona win. They beat up on other good teams this year as well. Washington State is the better team, period. Give me Washington State money line. First lock of the day. Second lock of the day will be Dayton on the money line. I'm taking Dayton on the money line. Nevada's a fucking pushover. They win. I'm telling you, they're fraudulent. That record is fraudulent, misleading. Give me Dayton on the money line. Next up, the last lock of the day. We want to pull our highest card, our strongest card, to secure the parlay for us. And we looking for a big favorite that should be favored by big. And I'm thinking Illinois fits the description a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, when we see this team, you know what I mean? They lost to Indiana. Lost to Purdue by 30. Penn State beat them by what? 23. Alabama took a dog shit on them. And Illinois is hanging with Alabama's and Purdue's. And they're running laps around Penn State's. I think it's going to be an ugly game for Morehead State. They play UT Martin, who lost to a Division II school. Beat them only by 6, laying 8. Laying 10 points against SIU Edwardsville, who can't beat them. And Little Rock, Arlington, we've been fading Little Rock all year. We tried to hop on the Little Rock train when it was too late at the end of the season. They caught on a fucking tear, 10-game win streak. And it's just like, who are you playing? You're playing SEMO, Lindenwood, South Indiana. You just took a loss to them on the 20th. I'm not fucking with that, man. You lost to Southern Indiana Screaming Eagles by 8 or 7. You're going to lose to Illinois by more than 12. Give me Illinois on the last part of the parlay, 3-leg parlay. Illinois minus the 11.5. Washington State money line, and we got Dayton on the money line. Top 3 picks of the day for me. Let's sweep the board. Comment 3-0 in the comments, and you will qualify to win. You must be subscribed as well. It's your boy Yoyoy. Till next time, smash the books.